Hello, I'm Leanne Spar. In this section, we will be discussing personal property loans. The specific objectives we will cover are: we will define personal property and real estate. We will use the formula for amortization to find the payment. We will set up an amortization table, and we will find monthly payments. First, let's find the payment necessary to amortize a loan. Let's look at the following exercise. We have a loan of $210,000, an interest rate of 12%, payments are made quarterly, and the number of years are 8. In order to do this exercise, you need to understand that personal property are items that can be moved from one location to another, but real estate is land and homes that cannot be moved. Let's find the payment necessary to amortize this loan. The first thing we need to do is we need to determine the interest rate per period. So the interest rate per period will be 12% divided by 4, which is 3%. N, the number of payments, will be 8 years times 4 payments per year will be 32 payments. In order to find the payment, you will look in your book at the amortization table. You will look for the interest rate of 3%. You will look at 32 payments, and you'll find the factor from the table to be 0.04905. So we will multiply that times the amount of our loan in order to find our payment. So our payment will be $210,000 times the factor from the table, which is 0.04905, and we find the payment is $10,300.50. So the payment necessary to amortize this loan is $10,300.50. Now let's prepare an amortization schedule. Rebecca Reed just graduated from dental school and borrows $120,000 from Teachers Credit Union to purchase equipment for her own business. She agreed to amortize the loan with monthly payments at 10% for 4 years. Prepare an amortization schedule for the first 5 payments. The first thing we must do is to find the payment. We will find the payment by consulting the loan payoff table. In the loan payoff table, we will look for an APR of 10%, and we will go over to 48 months, and we'll find the factor from the table is 0.02536. So her payment will be $120,000 times 0.02536, which gives us a payment of $3,043.20. So our payment will be $3,043.20. We will use this payment and prepare an amortization schedule. Here is our amortization schedule, in which we begin with the principal of $120,000. The first payment is $3,043.20. The interest for the period is $120,000 times 10% times 1/12, because it's 1 month's interest at 10% per year. So $120,000 times 10% times 1/12 is $1,000. So the portion that goes to the principal is the amount of the payment, subtract the portion that goes to the interest. $3,043.20 minus $1,000 is $2,043.20. And the principal at the end of the period is $120,000, subtract $2,043.20, which gives us $117,956.80. The next month, the payment is $3,043.20. The interest for that period will be $117,956.80 times 10% times 1/12, which is 1 month. The interest is $982.97. We subtract that from the amount of the payment to find the portion to the principal, $2,060.23. So then the principal at the end of the month has been reduced by $2,060.23, and so it's $115,000 $896.57. The next month, the payment is $3,043.20. The interest for the month is $115,896.57 times 10% times 1/12. 1 month's interest, $965.80. We subtract that from the payment to obtain $2,077.40 goes to the principal. We subtract this and we see the principal for the month is $113,819.17. The next month, the payment is $3,043.20. The interest for the month is $113,819.17 times 10% times 1 divided by 12. We subtract this interest from the payment to find the portion that goes to the principal. And our principal then is reduced by $2,094.71, bringing us to $111,724.46. The next month, this payment is made. The interest is calculated by multiplying $111,724.46 times 10% times 1/12, giving us $931.04. We subtract that from the payment. We find that the portion to the principal is $2,112.16. We subtract that to see we have now reduced the principal of the loan to $109,612.30. And if we wanted to complete the amortization schedule, we would continue to do this for 4 years, 4 years being 48 payments, and we would have a complete amortization schedule. In this section, we have looked at personal property loans. Most of us will certainly have personal property loans sometime in our lives. It's fun to prepare an amortization schedule of your own, or go and ask your bank for an amortization schedule and compare your interest rates and your payments to the bank's. So get to work on some of these exercises so you can do it for yourself in real life.